Hello, everyone. I'm glad that you could join me. It's a little more than a month from now, and it's going to be Easter. And I've been playing around with some of the stamp sets and designer series paper and making some fun Easter cards. But I was looking at the Enjoy the Journey designer series paper, and I had the idea to make a religious card that I want to show you how to make today, and it's just so simple to make. It's not going to require very many supplies. So I'm going to switch the camera down and show you the designer series paper, and I'm going to show you the card. So let me just do the switch. This is the card. Obviously, it memorializes what we know to be Good Friday, when Jesus was crucified on the cross, along with two other men. And the sentiment that I put on it is from the Gospel of John, chapter 3, verse 16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Just a very simple, straightforward card, not a lot of fluff. I just want to show you too, this is the Enjoy the Journey designer series, the 6x6 designer series paper that's in the mini catalog, that's going to be around until the end of April. And, it has a coordinating stamp set, all about adventure, journeys, hiking, all of that stuff, which, to be honest, none of that appeals to me. I'm not a hiker. When I was looking through the paper, and of course, as we go into Easter, purple is one of the colors that we see in the church. And I just thought this particular one was very perfect for the card. And you get the same, oh no, this isn't 6x6 paper. I cut it into 6x6. This is 12x12 paper that you get. I just cut it down to 6x6 to make it more manageable. Comes in so the paper has like the purple mountains, Purple Mountain Majesty, right? God bless America. Then it has the green, pinks, and orange. And then it has, other mountains, which are very nice. I think, the graphics on this paper is so nice. I like this one too. This wasn't going to work for this card, but I love the fact that it has the mountains, and look, it has this is probably pool party, some balmy blue, and then it goes up into the pink sky. I'm going to have to do something with this. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to have to do something because it's just too beautiful. And isn't this great? It already has like the moon or the sun, whichever you particularly want for your card, coming up, going down. I love it. So it has it in all the colors, and then here it is again. It has it in green, pink, and then we have just the mountains and the trees. I just think this paper is great. When we get to that, it's not so great. I don't know what to do with that. I do like that side. Oops, hold on. I do like that side though. All right, so, and then the flip side of this paper is like a starry night. I may have to do something with that. I love it. So this is beautiful paper. If you have it, think about using it for other things than what the stamp set says. So this card is super simple. I started with a piece of gorgeous grape, typical A2. cut it 5.5 by 8.5, which is this way. And then I scored it at 4.25. I'm just going to fold it. And we're going to make this into, obviously, a landscape card. Give it a nice crisp edge with my bone folder. All right, so we're going to make it into a landscape card. And I have a piece of basic white that I've already pre-cut at 5.25 by 4. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep the card here so you can just follow along. This is just going to go fast. For any of you who are Catholic, this Lent is going on. Oops, piece of hair, cat hair. I am not Catholic. I started out Catholic when I was a kid. Didn't end up Catholic though. I'm a Protestant now. Not that it matters. All right, so there's that layer. And then we're going to, I'm going to cut a piece of this paper. So I'm going to cut this at 5. Oh, no, you know what? I want this side because I want it to be way up. So let me flip this paper. So you have to be mindful of that. What part? Now, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. I would have just gotten another piece of paper, or just, if it was my last piece, I would have just done, you know, would have made adjustments. All right. So 5 inches across. And then I'm going to do it at 3 3/4. Let me just see where we have this. I'm going to cut a little bit off the top. Maybe about 1/2 inch off the top. Let me just see. I think on this one I cut a little bit more than that off the top. Let me see. Yeah, I think I cut a little bit more off the top. All right, and now I'm going to, let's see. Three and 3/4. All right. Yeah, so that's where I'm going to do it. I had to do a little bit of thinking there. It took you on a little mind trip that you couldn't hear the thoughts. All right, now I will tack it down onto the white card layer. Okie dokie. See, already it's looking nice because just, I mean, even without anything on top of it. All right, so for the crosses, this is the part where it gets a little difficult. And all I did was play around with cutting super, super thin. And I actually had to do it with my, just my paper snips, because I tried doing it with the paper trimmer. You just can't get it thin enough. And as you're trying to cut it that thin with your paper trimmer, you know, it's tearing the paper, it's dragging it down the cutting channel. It's just not working. So I just took some black cardstock, and I would just, you know, take it and I would just trim it right up the side, super thin. super thin, like that. I mean, you can't get thinner. And then I would just, I was just cutting and playing around with how I wanted the length for the cross and the cross beam for the three crosses. So that's my tip, that you're probably going to have to do that. And I'm going to use some liquid glue to tack it down. And these pieces are so thin, I'm using the Take Your Pick tool. I'm using the putty side because I just need to be able to pick it up. All right, so I'm going to, let's see, I think I may start with, all right, I think that's the cross beam. Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is start with the one on the right. And I'm going to put them along this dark mountain's edge. And I'm just going to hold on to it. So you see, I mean, the Take Your Pick tool is holding on to the piece while well, it's not really though, is it? Famous last words, that it's doing something when it's really not. All right, let's see if I can get it back onto my Take Your Pick tool. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to just see if I can put it down. Okay. That's the problem with working with these that are they're so thin. I'm just putting the teensiest amount of glue. Now when I put down, let me just do it first. All right, when I'm putting the cross beam on, I didn't put them on going straight across. I put it on at an angle so that it looks like you're looking at them and they're facing that direction. You're not looking at them straight on. I just thought that kind of gave it a little bit more visual interest. So that's what I did here, is I've put the cross beam on at going down at an angle. All right, now I'm going to do the largest cross in the center. Teensy amount of glue, but it's still probably going to end up like squeezing out. Yeah, right. And I'm going to do and you can see I do have a little bit of glue, but I will wipe that. Okay. Again, I'm going to put it kind of at an angle. Like that. And now I'll do the last one. Okay, and the cross beam. There they are. So I think I really like the idea that the cross beams kind of go down, and they go down in that direction. What am I doing here? It gives it, I think, like I said, I think a little bit more visual interest. I like that. All right, now for the sentiment, what I did was I printed it on my computer, and I printed it out on just some printer paper, but you can, because sometimes cardstock gets stuck in my printer, but I was able to print some other stuff afterwards that didn't get stuck, so I don't know. There are times that it works perfect, there are times when it doesn't. So I just have it printed out on this piece of printer paper, and I'm going to mount it on a piece of gorgeous grape, and then I'm going to trim around it. All right, let me just do it so that it has a little border around it. There we go. Let me bring in my paper trimmer. I'm just going to eyeball this. All right. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. And I'm just going to put it up here. Very simple. Now for the inside, this is for the inside, and it says, and Jesus said, I am the way and the truth and the life. And that's also from the Gospel of John. This one I did print from on my on basic white cardstock, and it didn't get jammed in my printer. And I have cut this at 5 1/4 by 4, and when I printed it out, I printed it in a deep purple color so it would match the cardstock. And that's the inside. Very simple card, very meaningful for those who are Christians. This is a very meaningful time leading up to Good Friday, and then of course Easter. So I hope you like this card, and I hope that you will take another look at the Enjoy the Journey designer series paper. Like I said, I've cut this into 6 by 6. It comes in 12 by 12 sheets. This is great paper for a number of things, and I have some ideas that I'm gonna probably make some additional cards. But I wanted to share this one with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will talk with you soon. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate that you spent some time with me as I went through this card. I will see you soon. Thank you, and bye-bye for now.